Hello there, second graders. It's Miss Hess here. Hey, your second grade teachers told me that you guys are studying smoke jumpers in your literacy unit this week. And that is the perfect topic right now because unfortunately, in the United States, we are having some really, really bad fires in the state of California and Oregon. And you better believe that these smoke jumpers, which we're going to learn a little bit about in this book, are being used in those two states right now. That's a very, very important job. So what I did was I logged into Mac and Via, and remember we are Wiesbaden Elementary School this year instead of Heidelberg. And I clicked on the ebook tab, and then I put in the topic smoke jumpers, which you guys are studying, right? And I came up with this ebook. So we're going to go ahead and open it now. And I just want to tell you, when you're looking at ebooks, you can open now and just read it. You do not have to check out the book. Okay? You don't have to do it. You can just open it and read it, which is really nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and open it. And we will go through a little bit of this book together, and then maybe you guys will be able to go back. Okay? Actually, sorry, there we go. Had to get on the first, on the cover page, okay? So this is called Smoke Jumpers in Action. And of course, when we have our nonfiction true books, we always have a table of contents in them. So there are 4 chapters, and it also has a glossary and the bibliography index where you can look up things. And it tells you the page numbers that you can find all these topics on. So today what we're going to do, because it's quite a long book and it's challenging too, pretty challenging for second graders, but we're gonna do part of it together. We're gonna read the fast facts and chapter 1. Okay, we'll do that together, and then if you want to go back and have a look at it in Mac and V, you can do that. All right, so here we go. What's a smoke jumper? Fast facts. What's the job? Smoke jumpers parachute into remote places to fight wildfires. Like I said earlier, like we're having in California and Oregon right now. Using mainly hand tools and chainsaws, they clear spaces of material that might burn. Smoke jumpers must have at least 1 season of wilderness fighting experience, though most have many. All trainees must pass tests for strength, endurance, parachuting, tree climbing, and firefighting. All jumpers take refresher courses at the beginning of each season. And the dangers of this, it's a very dangerous job, right? Smoke jumpers risk parachuting into trees or rocky terrain. I hate when it does that. Fire can move in unpredictable ways, especially when the weather changes. When fighting fire, smoke jumpers risk being struck by burning or fallen debris. And let's see if we click on that, if it will tell us what debris means. It doesn't. Well, I will just tell you that debris means it's like stuff that like falls down. So like branches and stuff, when you're in a fiery situation, things can definitely fall on you. An important stats, that means statistics. There are fewer than 300 smoke jumpers in the United States, and smoke jumpers earn approximately $16 to $24 per hour and are employed 4 to 6 months per year. When fighting uncontrolled fires, they earn additional overtime and hazard pay. It is a very dangerous job for what looks like not to be a lot of money, right? Okay, so here we go on chapter 1. Ariel Star appeared out of the open door on the side of a small airplane. The craft was circling a remote area of Alaskan wilderness near the 70-mile river. Below, flames shot up as fire engulfed the forest. It was late May 2015. The blaze had already burned through hundreds of acres. The fire was now threatening people's property on the opposite side of the river. There were no roads in the area, so firefighters could not reach the fire easily by land. To protect the property, the U.S. Bureau of Land Management had called in Ariel and 15 other smoke jumpers. So obviously Ariel's a girl's name, right? So girls can be smoke jumpers too, of course. Ariel had grown up in Alaska. At age 18, she had fought her first wildfire in the state. Now she was a smoke jumper based out of Missoula, Montana. After 13 years of fighting fire, she was back in her home state on a 2-month deployment. Just like, your moms and dads in the military get deployed, well, so do smoke jumpers. There's a nice connection there. Looking down at the river from the airplane, Ariel knew her first jump in Alaska was not going to be easy. And our caption for this picture tells us that smoke can make it difficult for smoke jumpers to see their landing spot. I can imagine. She and the other jumpers planned to parachute down onto a sandbar alongside the side of the river. The sandbar was free from trees that could snag their parachutes. But between the burning wilderness and rushing river, the jumpers had little room for error. Error means mistakes, right? As the plane circled over the landing spot, the crew's spotter threw out streamers. Streamers show the spotter what the wind conditions are. Based on a streamer's movements, the spotter estimated the wind would push Ariel's parachute approximately 150 feet. And that's a long way, actually. Ariel was not worried about the spotter's report. She was used to much windier conditions. But before the jump, the wind changed directions. Smoke from the fire rolled over the river. The sandbar became hazy and difficult to see. Despite the shift in the wind, the crew decided it was safe enough to jump. Smoke jumpers work in pairs for safety. This way, if one person gets in trouble, the other is close by to help. Ariel and her partner were the first ones out of the plane. Both of their parachutes deployed. But as the jumpers neared the ground, the smoke made their landing spot even harder to see. Ariel decided to slow her approach so her partner could land first. As she did, the wind shifted again. And then it tells us in this caption about this picture that square parachutes are designed especially for windy conditions. I never knew that. So for high winds, that square shape, right? That's pretty cool. Suddenly, the wind sent Ariel flying backward, away from the sandbar. She looked behind her. She was running out of dry land. If she did not touch down quickly, she would be in danger of dropping into the river. Ariel crash-landed in shallow water near the river's bank. She bent her knees and rolled against the bank to soften her landing. The wind pushed her parachute into the water. The river's current yanked the parachute downstream, dragging Ariel with it. Whew, very dangerous. Ariel scraped at the dirt on the bank, trying to gain control, but the force of the current was too great. The parachute pulled her into the river. Ariel yelled out to her jump partner, but he was too far away to help. Ariel knew she could either try to save the parachute or try to save herself. She tugged the emergency releases on her parachute harness, and she was free. Ariel made it to dry land and shed her jump helmet and padded yellow jump suit. The parachute floated downriver too quickly to be saved. So, boy, when you're a smoke jumper, you have to be really smart and really well trained, because she was in a very dangerous situation there where she could have been drowned or something, but she was able to use her brain and get away from that parachute, right? Ariel was not hurt from the crash landing. She and her crew spent 9 days fighting the fire near 70 Mile River. On the 9th day, another smoke jumper found Ariel's parachute downriver. It was torn to shreds. And our caption at the bottom of page 11 says, once smoke jumpers reached the ground, they used axes and other simple tools to fight fires. Okay, so that was the end of our chapter 1. And holy mackerel, then when you go on, there's more exciting reading. And being a smoke jumper is a very exciting and dangerous job, right? So maybe you'll just want to log into McInVia. I sent your teacher's instructions, video instructions about how to do that. So maybe you can log into McInVia and search up this book and read the rest if you're interested in it. So I wish you happy studies about smoke jumping and a good week. I'll see you soon, guys.